Well, the election now is about 4 months away, and some wonder why the Trump campaign has scaled back its Florida headquarters. A closer look now from our Adam Cellini.
These empty offices before the holiday weekend can pretty much sum up the presidential campaign activity happening at Sarasota County's Republican Party headquarters. And across town, Donald Trump's State Street headquarters has now shut itself off to volunteers. At Donald Trump's Florida campaign headquarters in Sarasota, these signs have recently gone up, saying the office is temporarily closed while the team preps for the national convention in Cleveland. Other tenants in the building say the hours at the office have been gradually going down since the Florida primaries wrapped up in March. When we asked local Republican groups about any existing campaign efforts, all roads eventually led to Trump's Florida campaign manager, Karen Giorno, who did not return our calls or emails on Friday. It may seem unorganized, but local GOP rep Joe Gruters says that is not the case.
We have had several organizational meetings as such. We're just not actively making phone calls on the presidential campaign yet.
Gruters is both chairman of Sarasota County's Republican Party and co-chair of Trump's Florida campaign. He says a portion of the recent inactivity can be attributed to funding.
When you're paying for a campaign mostly out of your own pocket, you do have to make decisions, and certainly budgetary decisions are an issue. So what happened is during the primary, the State Street was open all the time. After the primary, there's no need to have all of our staff focused here in Florida, so they were shifted out to other areas.
Former Florida House Democrat and political science professor Keith Fitzgerald says it's a dangerous strategy.
It's a real problem. At this point, usually you would see a campaign ramped up, well organized. You would even see field offices. You would see integration of operations of local and national, and we just don't see that with the Trump campaign.
Another roadblock, realigning the party following a heated primary.
It is always difficult when you have an outsider win, because all the establishment guys, all the rank and file based grassroots activists, a lot of them were for these other candidates, especially here in Florida.
According to a recent CBS News poll, nearly half of those voting for Trump in Florida are really voting in opposition to Hillary. Frank Patty, who was a co-chair for Marco Rubio's Florida primary campaign, admits it's been his motivation as well.
At each point, you put your own feelings aside, and you have to unify under the party. Otherwise, we're going to wind up with 4 to 8 more years of Obama.
And while waiting until after the national convention to campaign in Florida hurt Republicans in the last 2 cycles, Sarasota Republican Club President Rod Thompson is confident Trump will be different.
There's a chunk of the base that is super excited about Trump, and so that on itself is going to create a lot more buzz and momentum going into the fall.
So far, Hillary Clinton has taken an opposite approach in swing states. Her supporters already mobilizing in Sarasota County's Democratic Party headquarters. And through June, several national polls had her leading Trump in 7 of those pivotal states. But Gruters won't worry about the polls until we're closer to November.
So you can just toss them all, because this is a marathon, it's not a sprint.
The Republican Party of Sarasota is also dealing with a number of local primary campaigns, and Joe Gruters says that will continue to dominate the office's function over the next few months. In Sarasota, Adam Cellini, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.